Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jess. I am an intuitive tarot and oracle card reader, and we are here for the full moon in Gemini. I am so super excited for this full moon. I really do feel big energy around it, and I believe it's like the last full moon of 2022. This year has just flown by. So thank you for a wonderful year of connecting with your energies, and I hope to do it in the new year. So let's just go ahead and see what this full moon has to say. If we add up the month, the day, and the year, December 8th, 2022, which is when this full moon is happening, it comes up to the number 8. So let me just kind of break this down. So we add the month, we add the day, we add the year, then it comes to 17, but we don't have a 17 on our life journey. We go through 1 and 10, and that means we have to separate the 1 and the 7, and then add it together, which equals 8. So if you're listening to this and you're like, what the hell does all of this even mean? Just know that this is the same number that we're getting. If you add the date up, it's the same number as the actual date of the full moon, which focuses on power, authority, strength, and control. This full moon is also happening at 16 degrees. This is the same degree as last month's November 8th full moon. This is focusing on having to redo and reread, and I'm hearing the word recycle for some. This is a time to be more mindful. It's focusing on safety. I'm also hearing the word cautious, so be careful of chaos that could be causing confusion. Some of the organs that are going to be affected this month are the shoulders, the arms, hands, any respiratory issues like lungs, that they'll be affected as well. If I've already kind of noticed that, like myself, I had a terrible respiratory sickness last week, and now everyone around is, coughing every 5 minutes. So be aware of that. Some of the meanings or channeled messages for this full moon that I have been seeing and feeling and hearing in my on my spirit side, I'm hearing have hope for the future. I'm also hearing that this is the calm before the storm and the light at the end of the tunnel. I feel like there's a lot of people who are going through or who have gone through tough times, and I feel like this is a time to really renew your sense of self. I feel like whatever issues that you've gone through are behind you, or they will be after this full moon. I think you have to trust the universe and trust its plan. This is about healing times ahead. And I'm also feeling that a lot of you are going to be able to master raw emotions in many situations, because I feel like you're going to be overcoming such challenges, and you're going to be able to really conquer any inner worries. And I feel like you may, I think maybe you can also tame somebody else's wild side with like really gentle coaching. Does that make sense? I feel like people are going to experience hardships from this full moon, or at least the hardships that they have gone through have been kind of earth-shattering. The changes that this full moon is bringing, it's really unavoidable for some, and it's going to be proven to be necessary for others. I think there are things that are being built on false beliefs. I think there's things that are trying to be built on false foundations, and that everything has to be torn down to bring this sort of renewal. This can really come in a form of, death. or divorce. This could be a breakup. This could be assault. This could be overdose. This could be debt. This could be job loss, just to name a few. But if you tend to put yourself in really questionable situations, this is where that be mindful, cautious thing I was talking about, that's where that comes in. But with focus and determination, you guys can be successful. I hear that some of you are going to be traveling because of some earth-shattering events. I feel like you guys are going to have to try new things and experiences, and you're really going to reap the benefits from this. So what to let go of? You have the full moon in Aries coming up here. What to let go of? Understand that sometimes we go through life really frantically at times, and instead of wondering how you got here, I think it's important to accept on some level you have kept yourself where you are, which means you can get yourself out. You need to keep your emotions in check. And I feel like there's going to be something about comments or decisions that are going to make things really heated. I think what you also need to let go of is the competitive side. Don't be so competitive or so incredibly blunt all of the time. It all comes down to communication. If communication is difficult, then journal. It's not all about you, and I feel like that's another thing we also have to let go of, the mindset of us. It's not all about you. It's not me. Because I feel like someone needs to be prioritized a little bit more. Again, going back to like emails or texts or phone calls, I think is a great way to stay connected. So if there's like something that needs to be said, get it off your chest. Just stop getting in your head. I think that's what we really need to let go of. Stop getting in your head, stop the competitiveness, and change our focus. Because what we need to focus on, these cards, are just so, they're just so fitting. I had shuffled these cards before I had started this, and they are really spot on. Adjustments are required. Communication is key, okay? What we need to focus on, what is the focus from this full moon? Focus on the adjustments that are needed. You know, you've gone through lots of wonderful things, but the hardships you've gone through, that has really latched onto you. It's latched onto the way that you think, the way that you behave, all of it. So I think what we need to focus on, yes, are those hardships and how you can let go of them. Because I feel like a lot of you feel as if things are lost, and not everything is lost. Even if you're in a crisis, it will remind you of what you really, really want and what you have to let go of. Again, communication is key. There's going to be lots of big talks coming up, because Gemini really does ask the tough questions, and it's funny that we have the new moon in Gemini coming up here. So they really do say the tough things. They ask the tough questions. And it's time to focus on releasing, you know, that toxic energy and start re-evaluating the whole situation that you're in. And I'm hearing somebody say, I'll believe it when I see it. I'll believe it when I see it. So if there is a lot of struggle around change or trying to make change, it needs to be done, because it's almost like people are watching you and they don't believe that this change can happen, or that you don't believe that this change can happen. You know, I feel like the situation is going to reach its peak. I feel like, you know, accept the way that things are. Everyone needs a break here. This full moon is coming up to remind us that we need a break. Full moon is representing completion, finishing up tasks, stuff like that. And at this point, you are going to know where you stand. Or at least you will soon, is what I'm hearing. I think it's about time that things start to pass. It's time that we start breathing in, breathing out, relaxing, refreshing, redoing, rereading, because there is a new start that's coming. Do not ignore the obvious. Don't blow things out of proportion. And I also feel like this full moon is telling us that we are basically like this phoenix rising from the ashes. And we're going to be working through our fears. The emotions are going to be very high this month. Or this month. Yeah, I definitely feel this month they're going to be high. The month of December. But so many new things are coming from this full moon. A lot of you are going to have to learn to let go of grudges and moving on from jealousy or obsessiveness. And I feel like these changes for some of you are really going to help you financially. I see you like making investments financially, but also like investing in yourself. This is a big one because I feel like your self-confidence is going to be really boosted this month. Some of you are really going to be feeling super sexy. So that's just kind of some of the messages that I'm getting from this full moon in Gemini. Let's go ahead to our tarot decks and we'll see if we can pull any other messages up or if they can be a little bit more specific as to what's to come. All right, guys, let's go ahead and dive into our tarot cards and let's see what messages they can add to all of the info I've already dumped on us. Let's see what messages are here for the collective for this full moon in Gemini, December 8th, 2022. I am recording this video December 6th, 2022. All right, so let's just start with the one card that we already have in front of us here. The Knight of Pentacles, that is earth sign energy. I think Capricorn, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so earth sign is definitely Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and Capricorn season is coming up too. December 22nd till January 19th. So that could be a representation of either that time frame coming up or representing somebody, whether you are an earth sign, sun, moon, or rising, or dealing with somebody who has these traits. Let's see what he's doing. This is somebody who's just kind of going for it. They're going to finish what they start. I'm hearing something about being organized. Oh. Clearly the cards have something to say about being organized. All right, let's start here. So I'm picking up on 3 different types of energy. I'm seeing earth sign, I'm seeing water sign energy, I'm also seeing swords, air sign. So that would be your Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and then also Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. I see somebody here. I see someone who's doing a lot, okay? Someone's doing a lot. They are taking on a lot of responsibility. They are huffing and puffing their way through. They've got a lot of their own stuff that they have to deal with, and people are also just dumping all of their own issues, whether it's onto you or you are doing this to other people. Please be aware of your own actions. But I do feel like someone's just constantly going, and they're going to lead to a burnout if they don't start looking at the bigger picture. Someone needs to realize that everything that you think that you have to be doing, it's all out of obligation. You feel like you have to do these things for other people, but what are you getting in return? What are you getting in return? Maybe you feel like you have to help a water sign energy all of the time, because they're all just kind of, they're just kind of stuck in their own world here and what's happening in their own world and not noticing what's going on the outside. This is someone who's kind of maybe a little bit more emotional, someone who's maybe a little bit naive as well. Air sign energy with the Four of Pentacles. See, with all of these pentacles coming up, this really makes you focus on like what's happening in the external world. Whether this like how people impact our day-to-day lives. I also feel like we're just kind of doing stuff out of kindness and generosity. And I feel like you may be getting a lot of gifts, or someone is trying to be very generous with you, whether it's with their knowledge or their wisdom. I feel like someone's going to get information about something so that they finally know where they stand, or they can finally get support from other people, because they've just been kind of, whether it's their own thoughts that are weighing them down, or it's everything that people are dumping onto them and making the situation worse. Does that make sense? I feel like there's going to be a strong sense of community spirit, or like people are going to feel compelled to help you because you've helped so many other people. And this is a positive card to get, the Six of Pentacles here, because it's showing like power, it's showing control. And I just feel like there's a lot of spiritual knowledge or wisdom that you're going to gain from other people, or that you can give to other people. Like, it's almost like, yeah, you know what? I've been doing this so long for you. I think maybe I can give you some tips and tricks on how you can handle the situation yourself. So whether this is a earth sign energy doing this for Scorpio, or water sign energy, or vice versa, however this resonates, I'm just picking up on energies and what I'm seeing here. I think it's very important that we let go of the way people have made us like feel and think. With the Knight of Swords coming up, it's really talking about how there's big changes and big opportunities coming up here, and we're going to have to be quick to change them, or to jump in and seize the moment. I feel like the behaviors or the ways of thinking, or whatever this is, whatever is changing here, it's going to be, people may think that you're being rebellious because of this. There's something about being bold and brave and daring as well. Being bold, being daring for like investment opportunities with the money, because that's what Pentacles are as well. I mentioned something about investment. Being bold and courageous and daring, sorry, that's my cat, and wanting to like do something that could like make you feel swept off your feet. People look up to you for that. My cat, that's just my cat, sorry guys. But that's kind of what I'm seeing here. Investing in like money or your career, or like really investing in yourself is what I'm seeing. Spending time investing in yourself, because you've been doing things for other people for so long, for so long. And yeah, that's basically what the message is here. Having to make that decision of like, you know what, do I want to take a step back from everything and most importantly focus on myself, and not feeling bad for people who can't see the changes that need to be made, because we're just like working through fears, frustrations, lies, hurts, walking away from people that have disappointed us time and time again, or wouldn't do the same for us like we do for them. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting. So I do, and there's traveling as well. Like I see there's maybe like good fortune or like a good time to travel, to move away, because people don't want to take accountability. And moving on, moving away, taking some time, space, I think that's what's going to really bring this togetherness so that we can communicate better. Because I feel like people aren't communicating properly. Someone's taking somebody's actions the wrong way, basically, is what I'm seeing. So hopefully this gives you guys a little bit of clarity or guidance or something to look forward to. These are my predictions, what's going to be going on probably within the next, like the month of December, for like maybe the next 2 weeks highlighted, especially. And yeah, that's what I see here. I hope that, I just hope this helps you guys. Lots of confusion and chaos. I definitely feel like there's a tower moment waiting to happen. I feel like there's definitely a tower moment waiting to happen. All right, guys, if you want a more private reading, all you have to do is go to the description and find all of the information there. Love and light to you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.